real.
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from the original deposit. Don't tell me you're afraid that I cheaped out.
No, not at all. I have only the fullest faith in your work, Miss Chiori. I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream to wear a Chioriya boutique dress for my wedding. I really thought the chance had passed me by.
Wait, isn't that Chiori? She's actually at her shop today? Oh, you've got a point there. Well, once she's done with her customer, we can go and ask her.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then it'll be done. The first rule now, remember to not fold the gown, or store it under direct sunlight. I'd recommend only taking it out on the day of the wedding.
I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the floor.
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today!
Is that really so shocking? It is mine after anything you're looking for today. A custom design or...
Hey, Paimon's not a kid!
Oh. That... Well, if news of the event has reached your ears,
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part?
Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun. But it's certainly
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're lucky, you could even land a large amount of orders. Come to think of it, it was also at a previous Fashion Week that our label first...
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes even if you don't participate this year, right?
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for fit and style, the why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered to put out any new designs for the year? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the spirit of the times. People support your brand because...
Okay, all that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized. I'm just waiting for the fabrics to...
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in Fontaine?
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics.
Oh, Paimon gets it! We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that your shipment might get lost or stolen along the...
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the job to Komani Express's most reliable courier.
Excuse me! Coming through! Coming through! Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm...
Deep breaths, Kirara. Then start again.
Oh, so Kirara's the courier you were talking about!
Oh, hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy seeing you here in Fontaine. It's been a while. Wait a second. This is the second time that you...
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delays, bad weather?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble, that's all.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders?
Well, I didn't run into anyone exactly.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
Alright. I was stopped by a group of bandits as soon as I entered Fontaine. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about Komunia Express. It was obvious they were looking for someone with two tails.
So it was a targeted hit?
I got the...
My fabric shipment?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box and toss me into the sea to drown.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while to round them all up.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. But it still doesn't make sense how you knew it was my goods they were after. Is there something else that you're keeping from me? Perhaps I need to reconsider how many stars to give you in my review.
You always know how to get me, Chiori. Alright, I'll talk. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit on me. So one of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to intercept Chiori.
And who might this person...
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I
appreciate your kindness, Kirara. But if I don't teach this person a lesson, I doubt they'll stop anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends.
Alright. The guy said that the commissioner was someone by the name of Uter.
Uter. No, that name rings a bell.
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up.
So you both know this Uter guy?
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion designer who's made it his...
So he's like a business rival.
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair and square. Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. He's publicly disparaged my design choices, my use of materials. He's practically... I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square. But I guess he prefers playing dirty. Well, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
To teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey. Why don't you rest?
Chiori!
And she's gone.
Oh no.
You seem concerned.
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But with her fire traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me?
Yeah, we'll take...
To be honest, I'm more worried about that Uter guy's safety.
Any chance you're on the clock, officer?
Nothing good ever comes out of you addressing me. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here too.
Chevraz, we meet again.
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large number of I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly getting stopped for autographs while out on patrol. Not ideal, if you ask me.
Well, you were one of the leading roles after all.
So, did something happen?
Indeed it did.
I only ever hear that phrase from you. Usually I'm the one asking people.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one?
Okay. A man hired a group of band-
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the Special Patrol? It's getting hard to-
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision.
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where is this
Follow me.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that. This should be the place. You all wait here. I'll go have a...
You know, Chevraz, Paimon gets the sense that you two are actually pretty close.
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work. You could...
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lips sealed so tight, getting them to talk almost feels like trying to break into the fortress. But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster than the waters at the Fountain of Lucine.
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their life. As a result, Chiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop. Most of her customers are members of the upper class, which means they're pretty much up to the gills in wealth and intel.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. Those who make trouble for her also tend to be rich and powerful. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from Chiori herself. So, who got on her case this time? It's been a while since I last saw her that angry.
Oh, so this is what happened.
Huh? Uter,
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much so he's back at-
Whoa, what's this about a few-
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two.
Sure.
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very...
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of stupidity?
Huh?
Stupidity is doing the same meaningless thing over and over again. It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again, you can expect a far less pleasant...
Chiori?
Officer, an assault's in progress!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence.
Forget it.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging...
Apologies, officer. I guess you could say I'm just used to tossing out any trash I come across on the street.
You...
Is there anything else either of you have...
That's all from me. I sincerely hope that—
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon! How did he just—
You're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not doing any—
Oh, not if I could help it, is what I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor
insults and threats so bad that he deserved to be tossed out?
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved to get knocked down a peg. It's the only way to get him to stop.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kirara is going to Oh, that reminds me. There is an—
What a shame. I believe you've already—
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was planning on taking an advance on
Don't you think you're maxed out on advances already?
I always pay you back in information, don't I? It's just like you said. You scratch—
Skilled at something doesn't mean
We're back.
You were gone for an awfully long time.
There's nothing to worry about.
Sorry, Chiori.
What are you talking about? You didn't do it. The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. They'll escort you half of the way, and the Spina di Rusula can take— With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders won't go anywhere near your goods. I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's already a done deal.
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going to take a small detour during their daily training tomorrow.
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier. I don't need to be surrounded by a bunch of...
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip you make to Fontaine. It's just a one-off thing. For my own peace of mind. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends. Yes, well put.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, Traveler...
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be good to go for Fontaine Fashion Week, right?
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days. I've heard a lot of suppliers will be participating this year.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say suppliers are super important.
But of course, they supply us designers. That's also why this...
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori?
Even so, I would imagine...
Well...
Then it's still not famous enough.
all of it?
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chioria branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed? It has been pretty inconvenient having to come to Fontaine.
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit more careful.
Okay, I'll admit, they do get snagged.
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to... Ooh, what is it?
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put, you'll serve as my living mannequins.
Oh, so we get to try on some of it?
Seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments.
Sounds easy enough.
Most of the clothes you see during Fashion Week are meant to showcase the designer's vision. They're not exactly suitable for ready-to-wear use. If you like them, though, feel free to...
Ooh, sounds great!
Then we have a deal. You'll...
Yep, sounds good. Wait.
Samantha's wine tastes the same as I remember.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.